We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com, America Talk Live. This is the Life Edition, and I'm Ro Williams.
Hey, I'm Trisha Mann Grant.
Hi, welcome, girl. What's up with you? Yeah, I very productive week, growth-wise. Yeah. I mean, we had a great show talking about, with our guest last week, Jason Timmons, educating us on about financial approaches or providing families and people, individuals, tools that they need when they're looking for financial solutions that are customized strategies to stay in alignment as you're looking to for the long-term plan and your money, whatever endeavors you would like to see it grow, as well as for your children and their college fund education, so you can have a plan.
And he was a wealth of information. I truly enjoyed him, and I learned a lot. And I saw you over there taking notes.
Oh, yeah. He was a wealth of inspiration as well, because, just as with our guests today, they come here on the backside of their story, their trials, their tribulation, the things that life had taken them to. And he had actually gotten into the business of financial planning as a result of losing his leg while he was in college and on his way. I think he was leaving a job or going to a job. But whatever the case was, it was a choice. Keep the leg and die, lose the leg and live. And,
right. And I thought he still had it because he walked up in here so good. I'm like, wow, Woo. He's really been healed. He's like, no, they took the leg. I'm like, okay, I checked out at some point of the interview. I missed that because I really thought that he had been healed because he said it took 9 weeks and all of that.
I did take a few notes that I'll just share little snippets. Please. I loved when he said, he had a couple questions he had to ask himself, who do I become and what do I want to contribute? You got to have vision. And that seems to be the theme of the week, just even after the show. And he talked about, certainty, variety and uncertainty, love and communication, significance, growth and contribution, and about taking control of your money, that we are an investment and we need to invest, and we are not an expense. How many of us live like we got a hole in our pocketbook? We need to stop that foolishness and make money work. Educate your expectations and explore the possibilities. I like that. You expect to be rich, but you need to educate your expectation, because there must be a method to being in it. And if you think going to the track or going to the casinos is a part of that, expectations are amiss. As the Bible says, you pray amiss, you are operating amiss. You might want to reevaluate, explore, and then get the head knowledge and the life application knowledge to how you can, wherever you're at, better manage your situation. And he said that because he was in college and then he got the accident, he was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So you never know when life is going to turn a corner, and affect you so much that you have a choice to live and work your way out of this dark place that life has somehow found you in, or just drift off into the abyss and die. And he chose to live. And I love the fact that he allowed that painful moment in his life to not only be the motivational instrument to get him out of that situation, but for him to have a passion to want to give back and educate other people, so that you don't necessarily have to lose a literal leg. But how many people say, man, I lost my arm and my leg dealing with that fool and that investment, or I shouldn't have made that choice, or I spent that money, so.
So now that we have all this information, what are we going to do with it? We got to use it.
Right.
So if you guys missed last week's show, I need you to go ahead and check that out on youtube.com. Go to America Talk Live.
And his name is Jason Christopher Timmons, Timmons. You can definitely hit us up. And we
so this
will,
time next year, Next
yeah,
year, this time.
yeah.
So we will have elevated. Gospel Rhythms will elevate y'all.
Even personally too,
That's right.
because
Personally, mentally,
you got
spiritually.
kids that are gonna be going off to college, and
Yeah, my son, he did go off to college, and then he took a left turn, but he came back. He's back on track. He's
and
doing
Dina,
great.
she sounds like
Dina
she maybe,
is a fashion designer, and she's definitely going to go off to college. But we've got someone in here with us, and I can't wait for you all to meet her. She is just phenomenal, and I found out she's from my hometown, Chicago. Hey, so I can't wait to talk to her and find out if she grew up on the South Side like I did. But Cole Patterson is here, and she has Cole Skincare for Men. So, ladies, if your husband's around, tell him he needs to watch the show, or your boyfriend, or the guy that you actually like. Call him up, tell him that they need to turn this on right now. And for all the guys, don't you go anywhere. We're about to go to commercial break, and we'll be back with this lovely lady, and she's going to tell us her journey, her story, and what she can do to help you. All right, so I am Trisha Mann Grant.
I'm Ro Williams.
You're watching Gospel Rhythms.
That's right. Facebook, tweet, Instagram, knock on somebody's door, do whatever you have to do. Bring them to the party. It's free 99.
America Talk Live, you guys. We'll be right back.
Like Marvin Gaye, can't you see what's going on? Through it all, gospel rhythm still going strong. Trusting God when it's good or when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on. Catching the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the brokenhearted. Changing lives with the truth, so let's get it started. We got the word, music, entertainment, light. You can catch us on the air every Sunday night with special guests, the news, and interesting stories. A platform for the kingdom to give God the glory. Worldwide, and we
Hi, I'm Lady Jones, and I'm a certified relationship and divorce coach.
And I'm Debbie Carlin Boyle, and I'm a certified personal trainer, fitness, and wellness coach. Join us every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific, for our new show, Dell and Debbie's Mind, Body, Soul, and Everything in Between.
And we mean everything.
Join the conversation on things such as living a happy, healthy, joyous life,
Reinvention after divorce, parenting challenges, dating issues.
thrive with beauty and grace, and yes, we're even gonna talk sex.
Starting September, join us Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Pacific, for Dell and Debbie's Mind, Body, Soul, and become part of the discussion exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, and now live on Facebook, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
God's in it. You don't gotta chase dreams. You need to check us out and see what we mean.
Hi, I'm Pastor Tish.
And I'm Pastor Leon from Vessels of Honor Ministries in North Hollywood, California. And you're watching GospelRhythms.com.
Heaven's Party here on earth with Trisha and Ro.
Hi, I'm Anna Maria Horsford from The Bold and Beautiful, and you're watching Gospel Rhythms with Trisha and Ro.
Hey,
All
what's
right.
up? Hey, you know what? It is Pastor Tish's birthday today, so yeah, happy birthday to
happy
you. I just
birthday,
sent her a happy
Pastor
birthday
Tish.
greeting online. She's probably with her boo. They just got out of church and stuff.
Yeah.
So, mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. And also, hey y'all, did you know that our very own Miss Rosianna
Yes. I had a birthday.
Williams had a birthday on the
When I-
24th? So
when I landed on planet Earth. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a cool week, I guess.
yeah, so we're
Was
gonna
it
go
last
celebrate
week?
after
Yeah,
the
I guess
show.
it was last week, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna
Boy, the
go
days
to
be
Kabuki.
flying
We're
by,
gonna
you
go
know,
eat something,
something.
right?
You know what?
So
If I would have got $20 for every meal I was offered, I'd be rich. I'm gonna just be like, I just take collections. Speaking of collections,
All
before we
right.
introduce our new guest,
Yes.
we are there is a campaign here at LA Talk Live that I need to mention.
all right.
And it's a GoFundMe campaign. So just $10. We just need $10. Just want your support of $10. How hard is that?
Wow.
GoFundMe campaign.
Awesome.
You LA Talk Live. If you're tuned into us, the link is on the site, and we'll tell you more about that at the end of the program. But without further ado, this is the Life Edition.
Okay.
Unless you you have something else to
I
add?
did.
Oh,
I
what
was
you
going to
got
say,
add, girlfriend?
so because you'll probably be splitting that $20, take another 5 or 10, and then go help Pichanda Dubose with the play that I'm in coming up in September 24th, that weekend, and the following weekend. NAACP has been invited to come and help us out too with Ferguson. Go to Facebook, you guys. Check out my Facebook page. You'll see the flyer on there. Ferguson Pichanda Dubose is filled with the amazing actors.
And she's such a talent, and and there's so and when we speak with our guests, it's like we need your support. Entrepreneurs need your support, and this is a faith-based show. So our message today in church was about unshakable generosity, and one of the things that the guy, just this is an aside, but the Spirit is leading me to do this. He said that God. Let me not paraphrase. Let me just look. He said that unshakable generosity, it's first rooted in the understanding that God is your provider. So often we get caught up, and I'm sure, I have some questions for the lovely Miss Cole, like, how did you finance this dream? You got everything from swag bags to cell phone covers, it's a process to get there, but somebody believed in her vision. Somebody supported her vision, and her vision is adding value to the lives. And it's a symbiotic relationship. So. And the scripture that was given was Psalms 37, 25, 26. It says, when I was young and now I'm old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread. They are always generous and lend freely. Their children will be a blessing.
Well, look at people like Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. I don't care what you have to say about them, whether it's good or bad. One thing about those two for sure, they have given. They've given a lot. They've blessed a lot of people. And if you keep your hands like this,
can get it.
Ain't nothing going up in those hands. Let me tell you right now. But if you're constantly like this, and I understand we all have hardship, and sometimes it's tight, and sometimes our heart desires too. And God definitely searches the heart, and He knows. But
$10,
but sometimes, like I've said this before in the show, I believe. I remember a homeless man years and years ago. He wanted something. And what? I think I had $2. I gave him one. I kept one. Or, giving somebody my last. And I'm like, Lord, I know you got me. I know you got me.
But he does.
So this man is much worse off than me at this time. So anyway. Develop
that security that God is your Jehovah Jireh. He is, as Devon Gregory said at Rebecca's women's conference, am I the dean of your life, or is this school? When he was confronted with a decision that he was wrestling with his spirit. Is the Lord the financier of all that you need to do and all that you aspire to be, or are you looking at from a resource that's from the earth realm?
With the natural eye.
Right.
Definitely.
Step out in faith.
All right.
Sow a seed in good soil.
Yes, like we know this young lady, Miss Cole Patterson, obviously has done, because she's doing so wonderful. Cole Patterson, she was born in Chicago. Hey, Chi-Town. Chicago, Illinois. However, her time growing up was split between her mother in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and her grandmother in Chicago. At the age of 16, Cole became a teenage mother and was forced to grow up quickly. Her dreams of attending college were far from reality, being a new mother. And after she graduated from high school, she became a full-time paralegal secretary. She did some producing later, though. And her boss insisted. He said, you are going to enroll in college part-time to pursue a law degree. I like that. After 2 years, she withdrew because of the overwhelming responsibility of being a new mother.
And just within the 2 paragraphs you read, you just notice the ups, the downs, the hills and valley. I mean, you don't even have to have a timeline to get the sense of a ringer type of situation she was going through. So please tweet, Facebook, Instagram. I'm telling you, this show is going to be a blessing to you. She decided to move to seek better opportunities. Her transition to Atlanta wasn't easy, but she was determined to make the best of her new beginnings. Cole began creating freelance jobs that allowed her flexibility and paid well to enhance her life.
Cole's career began in the entertainment industry as a consultant and a creative director, producing. See, I told y'all she was producing something. All right, I finally got to it. My sister just went somewhere else. and I'm going to find it. 2. She went to page 5 or 6, but I'm going to go back to that word producing and try to find it again. Exclusive events for high-profile clients. clients, themed galas, talent showcases, and upscale mixers for the music industry. Her experience is comprised of a variety of works, both above and below the line in the entertainment industry, from Atlanta to Hollywood. Cole has been honing her skills behind the scenes for nearly a decade. That's 10 years. Put up 10, girl.
She don't even look like
10.
she
You
she
ain't
just
working
look like
with
she
me.
just
Give me
had
10.
them kids. You know that
She's not working with me.
I'm in shock. That's the shot. Like headlights.
Yes.
Like for real.
Right, because she's so young.
I mean, just
beautiful.
black don't crack.
Shortly after relocating to California, Cole began working behind the scenes in the film and television industry as a makeup artist. Her passion for the art and science of makeup artistry is evident in her flawless, and I truly can attest to this, application. So she's going to have to do our makeup next time she comes back. Pigments, tones, contours, and highlights are revealed and enhanced to complement the unique facial features. Using innovative trends and her signature technique, Cole captures the beauty in everyone. And you know what? I believe that because I do think everybody has something beautiful about them. She has supervised the makeup department on several hit shows and movies. Cole currently works with multi-platinum artist Usher Raymond as his personal groomer makeup artist. Working as a freelance makeup artist, Cole has gained recognition from a long list of celebrities such as Taraji. I love Taraji. Taraji P. Henson, Blair Underwood, Martin Lawrence, Tracy Morgan, Kiki Palmer, Yvette Nicole Brown. All right, Yvette. Sierra Idris Elba, and Alicia Keys, just to name a few. Her love and dedication for the arts is expressed both artistically and literally. And we're going to go ahead because, you know, there's so much more to talk about with Miss Cole Patterson. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Ro and Trisha from Gospel Rhythms would like to introduce to you Miss Cole Patterson.
Man, you just a ball of inspiration.
Did you like our bio intro? Was that okay?
I mean, credits to their life that she lived and wrote
I'm
it.
so flattered and I'm so embarrassed.
Is the
and
check
so
in the mail?
honored at the same time. Like,
She got all kind of cold swag up in here.
first, I want to thank you, ladies. You also are just so greatly beautiful,
Thank
both
you.
outer and
gracias.
inner beauty.
Amen.
And of course, I became a little teary-eyed once you guys were reading my bio because sometimes we get into the present state of now and we forget the path that we were going through, all the adversity, the trials and tribulations, and didn't really understand what it was about. So
Or why God took you to
just and it's although I've always tried to have a state of believing and just believing that there was I was covered. Mm-hmm. Although it didn't look at, sometimes, but it's just, you guys kind of gave me a little teary eye.
And what I love out of it is that you're covered in spite of choices that you may have made, that you reflect back on, that you feel set you up to fail, like being a teenage mom. And you're very transparent.
She is such, my daughter that I had as a teenager, master's degree, graduated from Grambling, honor roll. She was a writer as well. She's working in a marketing publicity firm, so she's doing really well. She lives in Dallas, so it's
Is she watching?
No, she's in Dallas, and I didn't
but
get.
Dallas,
but you know what? I didn't get a time to talk to her because I was in the midst of.
Well, you need to
small
text her.
You need to
you
pick up this.
You can text her while you talking. We very
Go to
organic.
your phone. Do you mind?
Oh yeah.
Look, I pick it up. I'm like, do you mind after the fact? Okay, do you see?
Close up. Here, my arms
See her
longer.
phone?
Bam. There it is.
She's got
Woo,
that.
she
She
got
got
her
that logo
own
on the back. I love
bling.
it. So you got to text your daughter. You tell her
I'll
to turn
tell
it
her
on
right
right
now.
now. Go to
I'll tell her
AmericanTalkLive.com right now. It's not
I'll
too
tell
late.
her right now.
So listen, while you're doing that,
Multitask.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Let's
Boss
talk
chick.
about Chi-Town, the Windy City, Chicago. We didn't meet, did we? No, we never crossed paths.
She ain't been
all
there in
those
over 20
years.
years.
I
Well,
haven't been there
in over 20 years, but that doesn't
I
mean that we
haven't
couldn't have
visited
connected
in a long time.
Okay, so when was the last time you were there? Okay, never mind. I ain't gonna hurt you.
When she was 16,
Lord, you gotta make
she's
me
like, I'm
think.
out of there.
You know, my so I did split my time between Milwaukee and Chicago, and my grandmother was on the west side, so I grew up on the west side, but my high school years was in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And my grandmother began to suffer, dementia. So my dad, this was right when I moved to Atlanta, so my dad ended up moving her to Atlanta. So when she moved, it was like,
That's it.
Yeah.
So we didn't really frequent as often. And then one time I ended up getting snowed in
I was just
for
about to say.
Christmas, and I was through with it. I was like, you know what? I got snowed in for like a week. And I was like, the holidays in Chicago are beautiful in the Midwest, but
it's beautiful.
I'm good.
But it's cold.
He's like, they tried
It's
to
so
hold you
cold.
prisoner.
They tried to hold me there.
Like, as a kid, white Christmases are cool, but as an adult,
but it's hard because that wind just goes straight through your bones, and you can't even move
you.
because
You don't
like,
even know
I'm
that
dying.
you have
right
a
now,
flesh.
let me tell you, Chicago summers will kill you and winters will kill you. And now we need to pray for them because walking to the store, it'll kill you. You got to just pray for whatever's going. We were just talking about that before coming on the air, and that's when I found out she hadn't been there, and I was like, wow, what is going on with Chicago? When Oprah left and when the car industry left,
just the car industry, and it's really unfortunate because Chicago is such a beautiful place.
It really is.
So much history.
Yeah,
the food alone.
Oh, girl, the food. What?
We don't want to
Well,
talk
don't
about
get
that.
me started.
I'm not trying to get calories. Just listening
Wait,
to y'all.
Giordano's pizza, that deep dish. It's like you eat one piece, sis, and you're full for like the rest of the week.
It's just, and you know what?
So
and
good.
I want something
Harold's
to happen.
Chicken. I do too.
That people start back understanding and going and just filter money into it. The great thing is that Empire is shot there.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of film shows that are shot in Chicago.
Wow. Okay,
so they're trying to filter
all the time? Empire's there all the time?
Well, there's a lot. Chicago it's so great to shoot on location. Unfortunately, with the weather, so they don't do it as often during the winter months unless it calls for winter scenes or that cold. But it's such an amazing place. The buildings, the architect, everything.
Oh, I know.
You can't
I
get
love
that. And when you see that translated in a film, it's amazing.
Well, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about how we can do something to get
definitely
back to the
keep them
city
in prayer.
that
We have
we
to do
grew
that.
up in
Yes.
because we've got to do something. I'm more thinking about being about it because I can talk about it all day long, but now I want to start making some action. So we're going to get to that. You were 16 and you got pregnant with that beautiful daughter of yours that's doing so well right now. And what happened? How did mom and grandma handle that? How did that affect you mentally? Did you feel like now I can't move on? For all the teenage moms out there or the mothers of a teenage mom,
They may be looking down on them.
Right.
Think they just messed their whole life up.
give them some encouragement.
So, one thing with me being a teenage mom, of course, I was devastated and very scared. My mom, of course, was not, for it. She felt like, because she too was a teenage mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a product of a teenage mother. So that generational curse, she was trying to avoid, but due to circumstances, I became that. And going through very hardship with my family. I didn't live with my father. My mother was a single parent. And my daughter, it was a prayer or some type of epiphany I had that sparked admiration and like determination and she was the reason. Like everything that I do now and have done, like as you read my bio, was for her. It had nothing to do with me. It was me to, okay, this is my life. I'm a young parent. I'm going to stump on all the statistics and especially being a black female and living in, lower class and in the hood and, single mother. She was my motivation. Okay. And every time I looked at her, I wanted her to have a better life than I had. And that what kept me driven. Like that basically, like every time I'm like, she cannot see or go through anything. Because my childhood wasn't that great. And that's another show. That's another show.
Yeah. Were you raised by one parent, two parents?
I was raised by one parent. My mother was heavily on drugs. So I pretty much raised myself, and that, like I said, she, and at that time during that, I felt lost. I felt alone. I felt nobody wanted, my dad was off in Chicago doing his thing or whatever. My grandmother was definitely a strong woman in my life, on my dad's side, and also my mom's grandmother too. My grandmother on my mom's side too, but that woman on my dad's side was amazing. She taught me And she instilled in me, she had tough love, but she was like, look, she sat me down and gave me the real life fast forward. You know what I mean? Like, she was not cutting any corners. She did not sugarcoat it. She was very bluntly spoken, and she just told me what it was. You know how as a child, ever since I was born, I think the first talk she had about me being a woman and men and boys and da 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 was like 10 or 11. I'm like, eh.
Right. That sounds about right. You can talk about this.
Yeah. You know, so I owe a lot to her, and of course my mom too. You know, my mom went back and forth, and she did what she could.
How old was your mom when she had you?
17.
She was 17.
She was around the same time.
So
I got
it was
pregnant
on
at
the same
16 and
age.
had her when I was 17.
And when did she stop doing the drugs?
I probably just recently,
Okay.
like within the last maybe 10 years.
But she stopped.
She
That's
stopped.
the
She
best
had
part
her,
about it.
and you know, there's things that I had to understand that my mom was going through that kept putting her into that place, or she kept allowing herself to slip into that depression. So once I came, and at one point I did all I could do. It had to be her journey,
Okay.
you know. And people looked at me, was like, no. I'm like, I pray for my mom, and that's all I can do right now. And it's just what it is, you know. So, you know, moving forward, she's doing well. She's back in Milwaukee with my stepdad, who's been in her life. He's like her guardian angel. This man is so amazing. Like, I just nenever, the type of love that he has for my mother continuously over the 30-something years is the type of love that I can only imagine. Because he accepts her faults, her downfalls.
Unconditional.
Unconditional.
Like, where is
We were
that
just
at?
having that conversation earlier. On the way
Man,
here.
like,
We
I
were
had to
talking
thank
about
him.
Really
Like,
good men, because they really
he's
do exist.
amazing. Like, even as there was where we lived together, I was probably about my kid's age, maybe like 5. We lived in Atlanta for a short period of time, so he came and got us, and that's when I was exposed to him. But since then, he had been in my life up until just now. And maybe like 3 years ago, he came to LA to get my mom, because she had moved down here for a short period of time. And I had to thank him, because I prayed for somebody to come take care of my mom.
I was just gonna say, like, you know, God answered your prayers.
When I told you, I was like, hallelujah. Like, I was so relieved, because I'm like, she needs somebody to take care of her. She needs somebody to look after her, and I can't do it, you know. And he came back.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like, I thank him every day. I'm like, you don't know what you've done for me.
Well,
like,
you know what? I thank all the good men out there, including my husband. I just thank all the good men, because I don't think a lot of them get as much appreciation as they deserve. But there are some amazing guys out there that really truly know how to love, and really truly know how to and it's not just about taking care of someone. It's just about, like you just said, that unconditional love that we have for our children. That thing that because it's like when your child makes you upset, what are you gonna do? Divorce them? No, you're gonna deal with it, get through it, get over it, and help them. You know, I think
Love,
people give
forgive,
up.
and move
People give
on.
up so easily now. Let's get separated. Let's divorce. It's
and
like,
that's
no,
the
work it
thing.
out.
And that's the thing. It's like, when you don't do what I ask you to do, I'm gone. There's no resolution that you know. And I get that love is it's free. It's open, and it's not about an exchange or commodity or pressure or an order. Like, love has nothing to do with that. So, you know, and that's one thing too. I definitely give homage to all the great men in my life. You know, my friends, my confidants, my father, my uncle, my dad, all the men that ever encountered me, that even support my skincare line and everything, and the women too. Like, I have a great, good sister force.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's important too. Let's talk about this skincare line, because so you came out here, you said, I'm tired of this cold Chicago weather. I can't do this. Milwaukee.
She's in Atlanta at this point, right?
So you went
She's
to
in
Atlanta. When did you come to LA?
9/11.
Was that your inspiration?
On 9/11
or 9/11?
You flew in on
the day
9/11?
before. No, the day before 9/11.
Oh my God!
I was it's crazy, because I was in the midst of trying to figure out if I was going to move to LA or New York from Atlanta. And I ended up getting a job here in the film industry. And I remember waking up. I fell asleep with the TV on. and I was like, what is going on? This is crazy. And I'm half asleep and I'm seeing all of this. I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, I'm
New York is off the radar.
Yes, exactly.
Immediately.
I was like, New York, no. And then I just had a hard time wanting to do that cold weather again. So LA was, of course, idea.
Easy choice.
Yeah. So it was an easy choice. And and I was like, I can't travel as much as I want. You know, traveling is never going to be the same. So I need to get somewhere and sit down where I can continuously work. And that's when I decided LA. I moved. 9/11 happened, and I was moved in LA by December.
Okay.
Well,
and so when did you think about this? Was this something that was on your mind for a
Yeah, because
minute?
I wanted to find out why you were in Atlanta, because you kind of left Chicago and you went to Atlanta to do ... Like,
I went to so my dad, my biological father, lived in Atlanta. So I went to. He encouraged me to come to Atlanta because he felt like it was a better life. And I was in school with that. Met a couple of people. You know, heavily when I was there, music, LaFace Records. It was
big,
heavily in
yeah.
music. Like it was. So all of my friends, boyfriend, whatever, was all industry bound with the music. And I used to do events. So. It's just you know, I can't even tell you.
Just fell into
it
doing
fell
makeup
into my
and-
lap. I never went to school for makeup. Never had a desire to do makeup. I grew up watching my mom. My mom wears a full-fledged face of makeup daily. She don't leave the house without makeup on. But that was never me. So so I end up just getting a very artistic eye for like custom blending in the makeup field. I did esthetician, so I went to aesthetic school. And I love the spas. That's been my thing. Skincare and spas, and makeup was just a creative aspect of that. And I ended up being really good, made a whole lot of money, did a lot of videos, and worked with a lot of music artists and executives and managers, Outkast, Usher, T.I., some of everybody.
so how
And
did
your
you
skin
get?
is
Yeah.
beautiful.
So you just
we need some help. Talk to us, because I know that's where you go.
So the skin thing.
Yes.
So skin has always been was first. Skincare was first because I worked in a spa. And I went to school for esthetician for skincare. So that was first. And then makeup just so happened to make, blow up or whatever it did. But the foundation of my expertise was always skincare. And the how this came into evolved was Nefertiti and I, who has Single Mom Planet, a dear friend and business partner. We both were going through our divorce and separation of our ex at the same time. And we were in Long Beach. And it's so funny because I just was like, girl, do you remember this? So we were in Long Beach having brunch, just talking, trying to figure stuff out. And she was like, well, I think you should do like a makeup line or something or whatever. I was like, wow. I was like, makeup? Nah. There's so many makeup art lines. And that's she was like, you know what? She was like, when you talk about skincare, you light up. That's just always been your thing. And I was like, skincare is cool. I do love skincare, and that's what I do. And I sat there one day and I was like, what do I do? And then, so I just was like, okay, whatever. Had a meeting or at a job with Usher. And I basically was quitting the whole makeup and grooming because I was going back to school. And he goes, no, I have some other stuff coming up. Why don't you do something and teach? And I was like, well, I've taught and I do seminars. Like I did all that, like makeup and do conferences and so forth. And he was like, but you're so good at what you do. Like, what is it? He was like, use me. What is it that you need to do and whatever? And I remember sitting at home and I was like, a men's skincare line.
I love it.
And that was that. And it was like, and at this time, it's such a long story because it's not as that simple as I'm making it. But I'm just trying to give you a brief summary. So through the whole thing with my ex and, going through it, I was in a situation, do I finish school or do I work? I don't want to work no more doing, because behind the scenes is like 15 to 18 hours a day. It's no joke. And it's not something that I've always dreamed of doing. It just was the journey of where I was led to for whatever reason. So I allowed God to guide me there and understand what it was for. Just like when I had to go back to it, I was asking him why. What is this? So I had to get out of my own ego and really understand and listen and say, okay, you know best. What is this for? So when I had the skincare line, when I started, formulating the skincare line, I got it. I said, I'm back here so I can make a stamp of what I do before I exit. And that's where it is. And I had a now this might seem a little weird, but I had I remember I was taking some classes at Valley College, and I was going through a transition feeling weird. Like I kept driving to one Starbucks to the next. I didn't want to study at this Starbucks because it was crowded. This parking lot didn't look right. All in the valley, like in the midst of 20 minutes. And I'm getting in my car, and this man pops up out of nowhere. This is no joke, an Indian man. And I'm like thrown away. I'm like, oh my God, what? Like, he's like, don't be alarmed. He was like, there's an aura about you, and I'm supposed to give you this message.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, you playing. I'm looking around like, okay, somebody's playing games with me. This is no joke. And he goes, just give me 5 minutes of your time. I was like, no, I got to go. I have class. No, he's like, okay. He said, let you know this is not a joke. He said, write down 3 things that you're always worried or concerned about. And write down the name. He said, write your age, what you're most inspired about, and something that you're concerned about. And I wrote my age. It was my age, my daughter, and it was about school. And I didn't show him the note. He touched me and did something, and I still had it in my hand. So he took his paper and wrote everything down that I had. And my oldest daughter, her name is spelled Asharee with the umlaut at the end, Ashari. And he spelled it.
I know you want to pass out.
When I tell you, and then I got out the car and I sat outside with him at Starbucks.
You said, I'm going to take my time for you, brother.
And I was like, I sat out and he just was like.
I'm like, did you run my plate or something?
Like it was the most, I think about it today and I'm like, what is that? And I still don't really know the full message of it because it was a little overwhelming.
Well, when you talked to him, what was the main thing that stuck out that he said?
He said, you are a creator and you're most happiest when you're creating. He said, you're going to do something big where your name is going to be everywhere.
Wow.
I didn't know what that meant. At the time, I was finishing writing and directing. So I'm thinking screenplay, so forth and so on, and this, that, and the other. And when I decided I kept fondling with a name for the skincare line, nothing made sense to me. Nothing was like, that's it. So we were on The Voice, and I'm just sitting there just writing my name. Because this is my actual signature, like the way I sign my name. And I'm just writing. I'm like, oh my God, that's it. And I'm just sitting over here like I'm flustered. Like I'm just sitting up there like, this is weird. And everybody's like, what's going on with you? So I send it to my graphics. I had like 20 different ways that I wrote Cole. And I circled the ones that I liked. And then I had somebody else to look at it and circle it. And he came back with it. And I was like, that's it.
Nice. And we love the colors that you, because you have red too, like on your background to the event that Tony went to.
Yeah.
It's in red. Yeah. It's in crimson.
Let me see this. Take some of the stuff out.
But your background was crimson and cream.
Now, do you actually have a shop or?
No, my store is online. And it's in a store, an industry store at in the valley called Nigel's Beauty Emporium.
Nice.
It's there.
And these are facial towelettes for men.
For men. However, women have been dying and they love them.
We love them. Yeah, girl, we got to take that makeup off
Tracy
our face.
Ellis Ross uses them for, she loves them.
All right.
There's a mint and there's a citrus.
And citrus. And so you have Tracy Ellis Ross loves them?
She loves the mint one. She's been using them.
I like her, man. She's
awesome.
an awesome lady. I had a chance to meet her once.
She's
really like her.
Up for an Emmy.
Okay. Well, yeah, she's so super talented. This is really good. And these are just, give us some more products. You have the facial towelettes, you have moisturizer.
So basically the way that I did the product line is that it's multifunctional. I'm a little ahead of the game because men have just started the whole skincare and aspect of grooming and wanting to take it a step further to maintain their image. So I'm a little bit ahead of the game. because the multifunctional is where it's going to be. And that's just basically one product that does many things instead of buying a plethora of products. And then you have to buy. Men are mechanical in nature, so they want it simple and know that it works. They're creatures of habit. They're going to stick to, if their grandfather used something, it's hard to get them off of whatever they have currently been used. So I discovered that in order to address that is to show them there is a need and there are results. And that's how my events came about too, because giving them something and just handing it to them and saying, use this, unless they are already there, like they're actually looking for stuff for improvement and enhancement, then they'll jump into something. But most men are going to want to see and feel and smell. And their first appealing way to open up is through visual. So the colors and the simplicity of it had to be simple.
No, you're right, because Tony, his bag is empty. So whatever was in that bag when he came to your event is gone, or is in his stuff, or he's taking it because he's on the road now doing a production. So let me tell you something. I think he's more groomed than me. I've never seen my dad was like that actually, where they stay in the mirror more, they use more products, they like to smell good, like you say. So nowadays, guys are really doing this. They're taking care of their skin, and we have some pictures I'm sure that Richard has shown during the time we've been talking, where the guys are at the event. And let's talk about your events, because you take good care of them. They have the red carpet treatment from the moment they walk through the door to the moment they leave with this cute little bag. So let's talk about the different things that you give them at these events.
So this year we did it a little bigger, and that was my partner Nefertari. Because I was like, no. I was like, we're gonna keep it, but we incorporate the way it made sense to do it this big is to invite more men to understand and to indulge in this pampering process and experience. And so we made it my official launch. So that made sense. So from the time they walk in, they are introduced to manicures, mini facials. We had chair massages. There was music, live band. There were drinks. There were tray services. We had alkaline water, which is one of my favorite waters ever. It was amazing. Okay. Like I'm still overwhelmed when I go back and look. When you mentioned sending some stuff, I was like, this is crazy. Like it was.
It's something that when you see your dream birthed, the baby is arrived.
I just couldn't Everybody's like, well, how do you feel? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I really don't know, because this is like surreal. And I don't some people are coming up to me, oh my God, your event was amazing. I'm like, you were there? Because I think I was in like a dream state, a fog state. Yeah. All I knew is that when I came downstairs, the craziest thing was that, you know how you don't expect people to show up on time?
Yeah. People showed up on time.
They showed up early.
Girl, they didn't do CP time.
Well, first of all,
when I tell you, it was like 50 people walking in at 5:45.
Would these be 50 men? It probably was on time because they didn't have to wait for their woman.
They were on time, and I was like scared, and also like, well, dang, I need time to just adjust, and but when I got downstairs, people were already there.
That's awesome. This product line isn't just for the metrosexual in you; it's for every man. Yeah. Now, if blue collar, white collar, no collar,
all ethnicities. Yes. This is not just a black
it's not just for the urban man. It's for every man.
For everybody.
And what if someone's out there listening and they're like, oh, that sounds sexy, but my husband or my boo or I, being a man, have sensitive skin, or I got bumps, I bump up, and it's just challenging to use anything on my face of any kind.
So this is the thing where most people say I have sensitive skin, I break out. Now, breakout and irritation are two different things. If you break out, it could be a cleansing process. So the skin is the largest excretion gland. So anything that's been embedded in there and that has been trapped, when you use good products, it's going to purge it from the skin. So it's going to start pulling it out, which may look like a breakout.
Oh, wow. So it's bringing it out. It has to.
It has to go somewhere. It has to pull the toxins out.
Do you use this too?
I do. I
do
use it,
it. So
yeah.
women can use it
Women
too.
can use
Hallelujah.
it.
Praise
Women
Jesus.
can use it,
I'm
but
so
I
excited
did do
right
it
now.
gender specific for men, and that's the great thing about it. Is that
Okay.
you know how men, when they wanted to use something, like, oh, my woman or wife used this, so they'll get into
Right.
your products. Now I've
Yeah.
reversed that, where
Uh-huh.
women are like, okay, why you didn't make nothing for women? I'm like, because we
Yes.
have everything, but you can use it,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been
Okay.
using it. Like my
Okay.
little 9-year-old son,
With his little cute self. He's adorable over there.
he's been using
Hey,
it. You know,
oh, girl, I'm not
Tiami.
Tiami. I know. Lord Jesus. How do you spell that?
Team, Teame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teame. Tiami. All right. Hey, Tiami.
So getting back to the word that was
Like, leave me
spoken
alone,
to
lady.
you,
Yeah, the
being created
prophecy.
to create, like
Yes.
being told that it's overwhelming because you never created a skincare line. So when the epiphany happened and you finally decided to step out on faith, what does that process look like? So how do you even know to create a skincare line? Did you like look on the back of products and reach out to different entities or?
Well, being that that the skincare is my foundation, and I work in medical aesthetics and dermaceutical areas of the skincare industry, I've had an extensive product knowledge. And I've used and indulged in products myself and know what works and what doesn't work. And just training, like I've always trained. I've been doing skincare for over 20 years. So that's been like I said, one of my foundations. Even when I do makeup, I want to look and see what the skin is doing. I don't really believe in covering up. I want to see like, okay, what's going on? Can we can cover it up for now, but we need to take care of this.
Okay. And
You know,
food too. Food is important.
Food is very important.
See, I love pork, but I haven't eaten it in years because I know that pigs, they don't have the secretion glands.
Yeah.
So everything that they
It's
eat
toxin.
stays inside of them and they're not able to excrete. So
That's
that means
so
that
gross.
isn't that disgusting?
He just-
and so no,
I
I,
mean,
hate
I'm
to
just
blow
like-
everybody's
They don't have
mind out
sweat
there.
glands.
They don't have
Yeah.
sweat
Yeah.
glands.
Yeah.
They do not have
Yeah.
sweat glands. So
Just like
Like
a
the-
pig skin, I hate to say it, is like on the palms of your foot and the soles of the palms of
palms
your
of your-
hand and the soles of your feet.
Okay.
You don't have sweat glands.
yeah.
You don't have any
That's
like that's a,
interesting.
you know,
'Cause they
even
get
though
sweaty
you
sometimes.
get
People's hands
sweaty,
get
but
sweaty.
it's just really it's from the whole part of your other body.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's no pores.
Right.
That's the thing. They have sweat glands, but there are no pores.
It's a whole bunch of lines. though.
Yeah, there's no
Don't
pores
do
in your
palm
hands.
reading, y'all. That's not of God. Don't do that palm reading stuff. God does not like that.
So-
okay,
It's ruined
but
bacon for me.
So it's
yeah,
no
but
pores,
it's so. But the thing too is that this is it's 80% of natural. You can eat whatever you want to eat. You just have to be cautious of how your body responds to it.
So you eat pork.
I don't eat pork. I'm
That's why your
vegan.
skin is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you also like I know everybody talks about how alkaline water is so much better for you. It's like it's just like when you're brought up a certain way.
Oh, I was
We're not
born
even
mine-
brought up to skincare
alkaline?
and nail, taking care. You know how men aren't. They're not initially brought up to be trained to even think pampering themselves is something that they should consider because they're a man.
But it's
I
changing.
tell my
though.
son.
It's
Well,
changing.
now,
I
but
tell
I'm
my
just
son.
saying.
And then too, he's
But
got
if
the
you think
example of his
about it-
stepfather, so he sees the grooming process.
But if you think about it, we're just revisiting what the barbershops did years ago, where your grandfather did go to the barbershops and get a hot shave and got somewhat of a facial. When they
Hot
got
towel.
the hot
Yeah.
towel, that was a facial.
Well, yeah, this is true.
You know.
Let's talk about the legalities of it, because if someone out there wants to start a business like you are doing, and you're trying to get your name on something, I have a little cousin on Tony's side. His name is Trustin, and he's doing designing. He's like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to begin. Even though that's closed, it's still the same process, right? You have to get the patent, and then what's next?
I did mine all backwards.
Uh-oh.
So I just would. So
But it came
there was
together.
no
But it worked.
legality to
So
mine.
what
Like
did you-
it just was, because I. The funny thing is, I designed my bottles before I knew what was going to go in them.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
So
That's
I
called
knew,
vision.
I knew what
Okay.
I kind of wanted stuff to be, and I
Yeah.
knew the idea and
The
the,
packaging.
material,
Yeah.
but I designed the actual packaging
Mhm.
first of
That's
how
cool.
it would look. with fashion or anything that you design, you have to go with, you definitely want to get it patent and copywritten. That's for sure.
First and
Yeah.
foremost.
But also there's ways to do that as well. When you, with social media and the website, it allows for that public knowledge of your trademark without getting officially. That's why a lot of stuff can pending trademark, but people still go for it. They don't wait on their trademark to continue the process of developing and designing.
But the trademark is necessary.
It's absolutely necessary. Yeah. Because you don't want, and it's your thing.
Right, because someone can come in if it's not trademarked and take it. Now, when it comes to going to the lab and putting the products together with all the different ingredients, what was that like? How did you find
tedious.
that? I'm sure.
So, everybody advised me to do a private label, which is just manufactured through and you put your name on it. I didn't want to do that because I knew with the type of skin that I work with and what men had, their skincare needs was, I wanted to make sure when they use it, they saw a visual difference immediately. And there was progression throughout the time of usage. So researching, trying to take out a lot of the bad stuff that didn't make sense if it can. I worked very closely with a chemist. He didn't speak a lick of English.
Translator.
And I had a liaison that was a translator. So it was fun.
Okay.
It was fun. I have a couple more products in development that I'm looking to do as well. And it was fun.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
great.
But you know what? It's so much more. It's great, and it's just so much. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it because I'm hands on with it.
Yeah.
And
you
you're
got
learning.
Nefertiti, who's from Single Moms Planet, who's been on the show several times.
Yeah.
Love you, girl. God bless you. I'm glad she inspired you.
We just had
helped.
that talk. We just
That's
do that.
awesome.
Like and that's when the Single Moms Planet nonprofit came about. We both were, she modeled and we worked together. We go 20 years into a very genuine, sincere friendship.
Yeah.
We met in Miami because I used to live there and work there part-time as well. And it's funny because it's just amazing. And
we're in The Man in 3B together. Did she tell you? Have you seen it yet?
yeah, I did. I saw it.
It was on today. My son was like, "Mom, you on TV?" I'm like, "Oh, good, baby.
I
Enjoy
saw it not long ago, and I was
busy.
like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
Trey."
yeah. She's
So
doing her
yeah,
thing, right,
Well, I missed
right.
it with this show.
It was
You should get
actually
with
pretty
them.
good.
No, I saw that, but I'm saying I missed meeting her.
Oh,
'cause
Miss,
that-
you sure did.
But
We'll
I
have to
love
have her
the
back.
fact that, just even within that friendship connection, it's important to have friends that even when you're going through adversities, you're going through together and you're encouraging each other to be better in spite of what your circumstances are.
Yes.
Being that you guys were both going through divorce at the same time, it was like, yeah, it's like misery love company, but it's like, okay, yeah, life might suck for us in the situation we're in right now, but we're better than this, and what can we do to rise above this? And so
and it was that's the thing is when you have, because we all vent.
We're human.
But we
Exactly.
know where the blessings come from. And when you
Exactly.
understand what the universe has aligned for you, and you know that this is just a small little bump in the road, you surpass it. You don't even like harp on what the problem is. You're looking for solutions.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Neff and I, we're solution driven. We're not going to harp. I don't want to keep talking about
Talking about it, not being
talking about it. And I have other
Exactly.
friends like Yolanda Brady's a really good friend of mine as well. She's a costume designer, and she actually designed his necklace.
I
for
was
me.
looking
like
at
it.
that
She
necklace. I
designed
wanted
his
to
necklace
ask you.
for me.
For those that can't see it,
Yeah.
it says Cole. It's beautiful. It's gold, and it has her your
The
logo.
logo on it. Yeah,
Very
she designed.
nice.
So I've been really fortunate, and one thing too. Although I have a male product, just that unity of sisterhood
Yeah.
and friends, and just that one that you can go to, and in order to be great, you have to surround yourself around great people.
Yeah.
You got to surround yourself about people that are ambitious, people that challenge you.
Yeah.
I'm very
Encourage
stubborn.
you and don't discourage.
I could be very stubborn.
No,
When we get
you
over
can
a
be
certain age,
stubborn.
I could be stubborn.
Oh, whatever.
And Neff is one of the ones, she will bug the mess out of me.
Good.
She will bug me like a
Good
little.
for
I would be like,
her.
oh my God, if you don't leave me alone. Okay, but it works.
Okay.
She knows just how much pressure to put it to
Yeah.
just, because, sometimes I just want to just, be just like, okay, I want to be stubborn.
I know.
Be
Well,
stubborn and left alone.
I've got something for you not to be stubborn about. I've got an idea. You let me know. I'm going to be doing a Man Talk edition here on Gospel Rhythms with the cast of Ferguson, Bachanda DeBosa's Ferguson.
The all men's
I'm
girl.
I'm the only female in this wonderful play.
I love some
And
men.
I know. So I would love for you to come back, if you don't mind, with some samples for the guys. And
Okay.
maybe we can do a
Live
5-minute demonstration with one of your techs, one of the ladies, and just show them on air for a few minutes. We'll give them some pampering time and just show everybody what
would
you
love that.
do,
Yeah.
and then let them know. In fact, let's tell them now, because we're coming to the end of the show. What's your website? Give them all your handles, all your social media sites, everything.
So the website is www.cole, C-O-L-E, skincare, for men, men.com. Social media is Cole Skincare for Men. Instagram and Facebook is Cole Skincare for Men. And I had to think about it. And Twitter is Cole SC for FORMEN.com. Twitter doesn't allow for a long
You got to keep everything short.
yeah,
on
so you got to
Twitter.
keep
You got to go back and
stuff
start
short.
erasing things and put
145
words
characters
together.
or less. So
I'm like, can we just give like 10 more characters,
for real.
please?
and Snapchat too. I'm kind of getting familiar with that, which is great.
Really? It's not just for the young people, because I
it's-
have stayed away from Snapchat.
It's what, when I get bored, I just do it. My kids are on it way more than I am.
I just posted a
Yeah.
picture. I was at a 13-year-old birthday party, so
Hey,
I got to
guys.
get the filter with the puppy ears, and we're about to bring her children in, and I
They're so
wanted to
cute.
just kind of circle back when you were talking about how it was so much work and it was so busy. Can you share with maybe a mom who wants to aspire to step out on her own as an entrepreneur in some type of capacity, but she thinks having the kids and trying to figure out work to finance the dream and all that into the picture may be a little bit much. What were some of your success strategies in being able to have a balance?
Well, I begin to have balance. I'm still looking for balance. Let's say that. I would say I just stay in prayer. Like really, truly, I get overwhelmed. I mean, some days I don't see my children for 3 or 4 days because I'm on set or traveling, and it's hard. But we have to remember, children are very resilient. They are stronger than we can ever imagine them being, and
they know you love them.
they know you love them. And
Don't you
my
guys know
son-
mommy loves you?
My son does this like
Yeah.
if I'm working on a computer, because I also write for professional skincare magazines as an expert. And if I'm writing or on a computer and I'm like, go do this or whatever, he's like, oh, you're doing that for our future.
I know. Is that what you instill in them? That's
because
right.
I-
Because your future is bright. Hey, come here close
It's
to me, because I want you guys to say. I want you to talk on mommy's microphone and tell us your name. And
She's shy. This is the shy one.
That's
Don't
the
be
shy.
shy,
one.
This is my
I heard, girl,
little
you say the
actress.
greatest prayers. I heard that you pray over dinner and
Right,
that
have you sing us out, girl. Come
girl,
on, you better
come on
say
now.
hi.
This
Yeah.
one right here, like seriously, she was humming at a very young age, and
You got
her
mommy's dimples.
favorite song
Yeah.
was, as a child, was "He Whispers Sweet Peace to Me."
Oh, you're gonna sing that for us? She's like,
So now she
"Absolutely
knows
not."
seriously, and
Why
now
is
she
your
used to
favorite
go
word no?
around singing it,
Girl.
and I was like, she's
Look, now all these times you said no, you could have said your name by now.
Yep.
All right, what's your
She
name,
just
young
being-
man?
Tiami.
Say, I need you to speak right into that microphone for me.
Tiami.
Tiami. All
You
right.
want
Do
to tell
you-
us your sister's name since
what's
she
your
won't tell
sister's
us?
name?
Araya.
So do you like what mommy does?
Yeah.
Good answer. Number 1 on the survey. Oh, well, thank
get to
you
pick what we
so
eat
much
tonight.
for joining us
Yeah,
today
thank
and
you.
joining mommy. You guys are absolutely adorable. Thank you. All right, girl. Well, listen, we appreciate you so much, and I can't wait for you to come back to be
I
on the
will.
Man Talk edition with the guys from Ferguson, the play, September 24th. I want to give some love to Tammy Mack from KJLH because she's got a
Tammy
play, Bag Lady, and it's actually going to be, I believe, next weekend, the 4th, September 4th and 5th. Tammy Mack is going to be at the Barnsdall Theater, so she doesn't know I'm doing this, but I'm just giving her love because, like you said, girl, we got to reach out, help each other, be a
and there's
blessing
enough
to each each
all
other.
of us.
It
Sometimes
sure is
we
enough
hold
for
on because we
all
thinking
of
we're gonna
us.
miss something. What's for you
Girl,
is for
no,
you.
I am not that
That's
crab in the
thing,
barrel. Let me
yeah.
tell you, I'll be pushing folks up and
But that's
forget
'cause
to
you
climb
continue to
up
be
myself.
blessed. Yeah, but you have
So-
Ro,
Oh,
just like you were praying for
she's
us.
why I'm here.
And she was like, "Let's you pray for everybody." So
Oh,
let's
yeah.
send a prayer for you as well.
Aw,
So
she
it's
sure did.
reciprocated.
Thank you, sis.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
So
you
we gotta keep
guys,
it.
check out Cole. This lovely lady sitting to my left, her name is Cole Patterson. This is her new business, Cole Skincare for Men, and we women can use it too. And Richard, he's going to get some too today. So I want to know how you enjoyed your towelettes next week, okay? Richard, God bless y'all. Thank you so much for tuning
Yeah.
in. We appreciate all of you that tune into Gospel Rhythms on America Talk Live.
Don't forget to check out our LA Talk Live GoFundMe campaign.
Yes.
1,000 people, just $10.
$10, that's all, y'all. Go to
Yes.
the campaign.
What else
Go
please
fund me. LA Talk Live, because we're trying to elevate. We are going to elevate.
We're in the
Jesus'
process of
name, we are
elevation.
elevating. All right, so Cole, Skincare for Men. Cole Patterson has joined us. I'm Trisha Mann Grant.
I'm Ro Williams.
And you have been watching Gospel Rhythms. And hey, listen, if you want to check out any of our shows, go to youtube.com, check out America Talk Live, or either gospelrhythms.com.
Or any of our other wonderful programming that we have on
That's
this
right,
channel.
here on America Talk
Yes.
Live. Y'all better know this. Right, be blessed. And these lovely children say goodbye to Wave, y'all. Say bye. See y'all next week. Be blessed.
Platform for the kingdom to God the glory worldwide, and we live on the Ustream. What you know about the Gospel Rhythms magazine? But God's in it, you don't gotta chase dreams. You need to check us out and see what we mean.
Cast a vision.
Okay.
Heaven's party. Here on earth, make it play. Gospel rhythms. Cast a vision. Heaven's party. Here on earth. Here on earth.
We got singers, rappers, spoken word, and actors, and business owners, playwrights, and pastors. There's many gifts to encourage the body. Consider this an invitation, come and kick it and party. We're evolving the way we deliver the gospel. Same message, different method, redefined apostles. And through Christ, we're empowered to shine. Everybody's VIP, ain't no way in the line. GospelRhythms.com. We make the word jam, the beat to which we live. We about to take the land. Let them know about Jesus, the anointed one. Gave us power and authority to get it done. He opens doors, so you don't gotta kick them down. I wrote this to remind you, so stick around. For heaven party here on earth. Praise God always, and we keeping them first.
Gospel rhythms. Cast a vision. Heaven's party. Here on earth, make it play. Gospel rhythms. Cast a vision. Heaven's party. Here on earth. Here on earth. Gospel rhythms, we let the word jam. It's what we live to
The word, music, entertainment, life. Tune in, it'll make you feel alright.
Gospel rhythms, we let the word jam. It's what we live to
The word, music, entertainment, life. Tune in, it's sure to change your life.
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.